He is the Moreh of Jacksonville, South Beach, South Florida. Hallelujah. Brother Jahmar, come on up. Give it up to him. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Shalom, everybody. How we doing today? So it's funny because this whole week I actually had a terrible week. But as I was coming up here, I was at peace because I'm like, I'm about to finally meet the Boom family, be a part of the Boom family in real life. You know what I'm saying? I seen all the YouTube videos. You know, I'm new to the body, so I appreciate all the love that you guys show me. I appreciate all the love that you guys, you know, it's encouraging just being around you guys. So, with that being said, the letter I got was I for influence. Influence is actually the thing that messed me up in the beginning of my walk. If you guys seen my testimony, as y'all was leading me to truth, somebody deterred me, right, and convinced me to believe, to follow what they call Egyptology, right? And so the people that we allow in us to think, the information that we allow can influence us if we're not rooted in the Word, right, or in the Spirit, right? So influence means the capacity to have an effect on the character, right? So how we act, how we walk, how we talk, how we present ourselves, how we carry ourselves out, right? The development or behavior of someone or something. So the things that we allow to influence us, if we allow that seed that's planted to grow, right, then that's what we're going to grow into, right? So we have to make sure that the seed is the correct seed that's being planted in us, right? So that we can be influenced and grow in what? In His Spirit, right? In the right spirit, right? So I want to start in Psalm 1, and I'm going to read verses 1 and 2. So it says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel, right? That walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. Why are we blessed when we walk not in the counsel? Because we can't be influenced by nor standeth in the way of the sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of Yah, and His law does he meditate day and night. So when we meditate on it, this is what is influencing us to transform, to grow into a disciple, right? To allow us to stay empowered, right? That's how we're able to do it. Right?
Y'all give it up for Brother Fred Hayes, Jacksonville, South Florida. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All praise to the Most High. All right. My voice is a little hoarse tonight, so y'all forgive me. But we're going to speak. Somebody say fortify. Fortify. So the letter F was given me. We're going to talk about being fortified in Christ tonight. Is that right? You're going to be just like that tree. Guess what? We learned in Sunday school that tree is what? Planted by what? The water. It's connected to a what? A source. And what's the water? The Word. The Ruach. Hallelujah. Thing that comes and give us strength, give us our hope. Then we can do what? Be mounted up as eagle's wings. Then we can mount up on eagle's wings. Because why? The Word. That is the only thing that's what? Everlasting. So that's what we got to be fortified in the Word, because that's the only thing that's everlasting. It cannot be destroyed. And if you're in the Word, you can't be destroyed. Because why? You're shelter in the Word. Hallelujah. We have shelter and safety of the righteous run into that shelter. Hallelujah. So we're going to talk about a particular situation in the book of Nehemiah, chapter 4. Great indignation and mocked the Jews. How many know right now we have what? Mockers and scoffers. Doing what? Trying to spy out our liberty. Trying to see what we're doing. They see us connected to the source. And so they can't do nothing with us. So what they do, they mock us. Call us strange folks. The scoffers. That's what Sabbath was. He was a mocker of our way. All right?
The last speaker. Hallelujah. Let me read this to y'all. Y'all listen to this. Without my glasses, but I'll squint a little bit. Deacon Philip Fowler. Deacon Philip Fowler is the head deacon of B.O.O.M, Atlanta, who has a wealth of experience in Israel. Walking in, y'all. He walking. Not running, he walking. Deacon Philip comes from a Baptist background where his great-grandfather was a pastor and his father is a chaplain. Hallelujah. So you know about those moaning prayers, don't you? You know about that. I love the Lord. Give him a hard time. Hallelujah. Y'all give it up for him as he comes. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Looks like it's about time for that Shabbat. So Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Can we give the Most High some hand praise? Hallelujah! I've been waiting on this. Hallelujah. The yield signs of Yah. When driving, we often see two different kinds of yield signs. One yield sign we see is a triangular shaped sign. From my B.O.O.M Atlanta family, you may not be familiar with this triangular shaped sign, the way the traffic is, but that means you must slow down to a speed that is reasonable for conditions and stop if necessary, my B.O.O.M Atlanta family. We family in here. The second yield sign is a diamond shaped sign that is highlighted in yellow. One picture in particular on this yield sign lets the driver know that there will be a change in direction of the road. There are some that have failed to pay attention to that yield sign and may have had a near miss and almost got into an accident. Others failed to pay attention to that yield sign and got into an accident, and some may have even been injured. Lastly, there were other drivers that didn't see the yield sign and they lost their lives. We see ribbons wrapped around things and have trinkets on the ground, so we know that that person lost their life because they didn't pay attention to the yield sign. Come on. Being aware of these yield signs can often be a matter of life and death. So if it's important for us to obey the yield signs and the rules of the road, then how much more important is it for us to yield to the Most High? Better yet, yielding to our brothers and sisters. I know that's a hard saying for somebody, but yielding to our brothers and sisters, especially those in leadership. Yield in the Hebrew is concordance H5414. H5414 is pronounced Nathan. In the Greek, the concordance is G5226 Hupaiko. This is what yield means. To give forth, give up, to submit. Submit. See, yield is a verb. It's an action word which reveals a physical action, a mental action, or state of being. The Collins Dictionary definition of the word yield means to relinquish, resign, hand over, surrender, or submit. Yielding is when you have control over something or have a responsibility for something and you allow someone else to take control and responsibility for it. Yielding or submitting is not always easy. It goes against the carnality of our flesh because our flesh only seeks of ourselves. But if I'm in the book, our Messiah that we say we serve, he walked to Calvary. And in Luke 22 that my Moreh sister brought out, he had to pray. He said, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. If we see Yeshua going to great lengths to overcome his flesh, then how much more mindful do we have to be to overcome our flesh?